Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Swap deal lined up keeper for midfielder, and some huge news dropping just ahead of the away trip to Bournemouth. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United plot sensational keeper for midfielder swap deal. Manchester United are reportedly looking to bring Wilfred Ndidi back to the Premier League to shore up their midfield options. In a bid to drive down the transfer fee, the Red Devils have offered Altay Bayındır to Beşiktaş as a sweetener in the deal. The Beşiktaş gaffer has allegedly identified Bayındır as his primary target to take over the number one spot between the sticks next summer. Bayındır himself has struggled for minutes at Old Trafford, firmly rooted to the bench as understudy to Sen Lemons. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who previously managed Ndidi during his stint at Beşiktaş, has bent the ear of United's director of football, Jason Wilcox, urging him to sanction the move. United actually had a nibble at Ndidi during the January 2026 window, but the deal hit the buffers as Beşiktaş were loath to lose their skipper mid-season. Before the swap deal gained traction, Bayındır was rumored to have already agreed terms in principle for a move to the Turkish giants in a deal worth roughly £4 million to £4.3 million. However, a straight-up trade is now seen as the more savvy bit of business for both clubs to plug the gaps in their respective squads. This strategic move is expected to pave the way for United to beef up their ranks without having to splash too much cash in the upcoming window. Massive news ahead of the South Coast trip to Bournemouth. Manchester United are set to head down to the Vitality Stadium for their 31st Premier League fixture of the campaign against Bournemouth. The Cherries currently sit 10th in the table, having banked 41 points from 30 matches following a return of 9 wins, 14 draws, and 7 defeats. From their last 5 outings, Bournemouth have picked up 7 points through 1 win and 4 draws. This run of form makes them one of the division's tough nuts to crack, remaining unbeaten in their last 5. Back in December, the Cherries managed to nick a point at Old Trafford in a staggering 8-goal thriller. United, meanwhile, are on a mission to keep their momentum shifting and hunt down Manchester City for that coveted second-place spot. Michael Carrick's primary focus right now is ensuring his lads stay consistent amidst a punishing fixture pile-up. Last weekend's slender but vital win over Aston Villa provided a massive boost to morale, proving that a winning mentality is beginning to ferment once more in the Red Devils' dressing room. However, a trip to the Vitality is no easy shift given Bournemouth's impressive resilience of late. Squad rotation and fitness management will be the name of the game for Carrick if he wants that runner-up finish to remain a realistic target heading into the run-in. The gaffer knows all too well that any slip-up now could prove costly in the race for the Champions League spots and beyond. With the fans expectant and the pressure mounting, the tactical battle on the touchline will be just as fierce as the scrap on the pitch. Carrick has called for steely focus from his senior figures to steady the ship, especially with several key names still confined to the treatment room. It's a testing period that will truly measure the depth of this United squad and their ability to grind out results when the chips are down. Ahead of the away day, there's fresh movement on the injury front, with 3 players still sidelined. Before we get into that, let's look at Bryan Mbeumo. He appeared to limp off after he was substituted in the weekend win over Aston Villa. There was no real sign of an injury post-match and he should be involved again on Friday night. Furthermore, Mount and Mazraoui returning to the matchday squad offered quiet reassurance. It may not have altered the outcome against Villa, but it changes the outlook heading into a demanding trip to Bournemouth. The first major update concerns Lisandro Martinez, who has been absent since missing the squad for the win over Everton, sidelined by a calf injury that initially appeared minor but has lingered longer than expected. Latest reports suggest Martinez suffered a setback with a fresh niggle while attempting to return to grass, forcing the medical staff to tweak his rehab program to avoid a more serious blow. Michael Carrick confirmed that, as of now, there hasn't been a significant breakthrough regarding Martinez's fitness. The Argentine is definitely not ready to lace up his boots and bolster the squad just yet. While the medical team are grafting to speed up the recovery of the walking wounded, Carrick admitted these setbacks are simply part and parcel of the game. That said, some whispers suggest there's a glimmer of hope he could make the bench for the Bournemouth clash. If he's not 100%, the medical staff will likely mothball him until after the international break, with April looking a more realistic target. Then there is Matthijs de Ligt. Carrick admitted that the Dutchman's recovery from a back injury is proving more of a slow burner than first anticipated. He noted that these types of injuries are notoriously tricky when it comes to pinning down a return date. Despite the sluggish progress, Carrick insisted de Ligt is moving in the right direction and his condition is steadily improving. In his latest briefing, Carrick confirmed that De Ligt remains in the treatment room. He's philosophical about the situation, viewing it as an unavoidable dynamic of football, and stressed the club's commitment to only bringing him back when he's truly come through the other side. Carrick highlighted the need for patience to ensure De Ligt is firing on all cylinders when he returns, given he's a big-game player needed for a strong finish to the season. Overall, De Ligt won't be back in the immediate future, and the medical team are potentially looking at a return after the March international break or sometime in April. Lastly, Patrick Dorgu is still nursing a hamstring injury picked up against Arsenal at the end of January. Carrick mentioned that Dorgu has reached the advanced stage of his recovery, but the medical staff aren't about to rush him given the severity of the tear. While the Denmark boss has voiced hopes that Dorgu might recover in time for the World Cup qualifiers, reports from Carrington suggest that's a non-starter. United are prioritizing Dorgu's fitness for a strong finish to the remainder of the Premier League season. As the season edges towards its decisive phase, availability may prove as important as ability. Man United's recent win over Aston Villa was significant, but the gradual return of key players could matter more in the long run. Carrick's challenge now is to integrate those returning without disrupting a side that has, at last, found a measure of balance. If he succeeds, Man United's ambitions may yet be realized. Manchester United open formal talks for Ajax starlet. Manchester United have reportedly taken their first concrete steps in the pursuit of Ajax Amsterdam's gifted winger, Mika Götze. This move signals the Red Devils' management's serious intent to bolster their attacking options ahead of the upcoming summer transfer window. These initial communications are believed to be part of the club's long-term strategy under the operational control of INEOS. Transfer expert Sasha Tavalieri has revealed that United have officially established contact with the Ajax hierarchy to discuss the potential terms of a deal. The 20-year-old has long been on the radar of United's scouting department, but this marks the first time discussions have shifted toward a more formal footing. United are reportedly keen to ensure they are at the front of the queue before other elite European clubs begin to circle. United's interest in the Belgian youngster is well-founded, given his explosive form in the Eredivisie this season. Statistics show that Götze has become the heartbeat of the Ajax side, providing a significant spark in the final third. His ability to break the deadlock from the flanks has made him one of the hottest commodities in the current market for young talent. It is his sheer technical elegance and poise under pressure that have truly caught the eye of the Old Trafford faithful. Throughout the 2025-2026 campaign, Götze has posted remarkable numbers, racking up 14 goals and 9 assists from just 25 league outings. Across all competitions, his tally stands at 15 goals and 11 assists, a highly impressive return for a player of his vintage. This consistency has convinced the recruitment team at Old Trafford that he possesses the right profile to thrive at the highest level of English football. Despite only being 20, Götze is no novice on the professional stage, having already clocked up over 100 appearances for the Ajax senior team. The experience of playing under high pressure in Amsterdam has forged a maturity beyond his years. His versatility as an inverted winger, fond of cutting inside from the left onto his stronger right foot, is a lethal weapon that is much admired. Götze's style of play, which relies on explosive acceleration and one-on-one dribbling ability, has frequently drawn comparisons to Belgian legend Eden Hazard. He possesses a remarkable composure when facing up to defenders, an attribute United sorely need to unpick opposition sides that park the bus. His knack for creating opportunities from seemingly dead situations offers a new dimension to any attacking blueprint. However, Manchester United certainly won't have a free run at him, as domestic rivals such as Arsenal and Liverpool are also reportedly keeping a close eye on the situation. This fierce competition is expected to make negotiations a cagey affair, particularly given Ajax's reputation for demanding top dollar for their prize assets. United will need to move swiftly if they are to avoid losing their primary target to a direct rival. Ajax Amsterdam are rumored to have slapped a price tag of around €32 million on their young star. This figure is considered quite reasonable for United, considering the player's promising potential for future market value growth. Investing in Götze is viewed as a shrewd move to build a younger, more dynamic squad foundation under the new technical direction. Such a modest valuation for a player of his caliber is likely to spark a proper bidding war amongst the Premier League's heavyweights. The pursuit of Götze is also thought to be closely linked to plans for a major overhaul of United's wing departments, following speculation regarding the future of several senior players. With a number of big names tipped for a permanent exit at the end of the season, Götze's arrival is expected to fill that void while injecting fresh energy into Old Trafford. Supporters are now waiting to see if these preliminary talks will translate into a formal agreement in the near future. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.